Dr. Jitendra Singh joining us. Dr. Jitendra Singh, he's got a flight to catch, so just quickly going across. Jammu and Kashmir, 49, 29, 9 and 3, sir. How would you look at this? BJP has done better than before in Jammu, best ever in Jammu. Overall, they say the vote share is fantastic.
Yes.
But you are not forming government. The BJP will sit in opposition.
At the outset, thank you, Anand, for having me over here. I would use this opportunity to thank the voters for having reposed such a tremendous confidence in BJP, and also wish all the winners a very good tenure to serve the nation, to serve the cause of Jammu and Kashmir. Having said that, as you rightly said, this is possibly the best ever performance of BJP in Jammu and Kashmir. We already 29, it might go further also. We have also increased our vote share. In fact, our vote share is possibly the largest. We have a significant vote share in Jammu region, also in the Kashmir Valley, which is quite a departure from the past when carrying a BJP flag in Kashmir Valley was itself a taboo. You can remember all those stories and anecdotes against those Tiranga Yatras being carried out by Modi ji and Murli Manohar Joshi. This is no longer so. So you have a BJP flag and a Tiranga flag flying aloft every third building in Srinagar today. And the electioneering and the campaign in the valley was carried in the same format, in the same way, with the same festivity as it is done in the rest of the country anywhere else.
Seats,
and I think this is also a huge acknowledgement and recognition of a new kind of a political culture which has been sought to be introduced in the last 10 years.
Out of 47 seats, sir, in Kashmir, the BJP contested 17. आपको लगता है आपको और मेहनत करनी चाहिए because in those 17, in 5 you are second, in 5 you are third. So 10 में आप podium finish कर रहे हैं. Second, third का कुछ count नहीं था, but the BJP has got some votes there. Do you think you should have put in some more heart and effort?
Yes, absolutely.
In fighting directly in Kashmir? Kashmir
there is. No, I agree with you. There is always scope to work harder. But having said that, let's also appreciate the fact, and I think I hats off to all our Karyakartas. It's been such a tremendous journey from where we were and from where BJP was. And I think this is also to a great extent a credit to the kind of culture that has been sought to be introduced in the last 10 years under Prime Minister Modi, because here we always had the grievance of one region being discriminated against the other, one section of society being discriminated against the other, कि वहाँ सारी नौकरियाँ चली गई, यहाँ नहीं आए, यहाँ project लगा, यहाँ नहीं आया. In the last 10 years, under Prime Minister Modi, we have succeeded in giving a very equitable share to each region.
पर वोट ऐसे नहीं पड़े सर. Rahul Shankar and Zaka Jeka with me.
Sought to be, which
Dr. Jitendra Singh, this is Rahul Shankar.
I said, just 1 second. Yeah. I said all those misgivings and misconceptions which are sought to be spread or perpetuated by the Congress party about BJP seem to be weaning away as it happened in the Northeast.
Right.
So I think that's a healthy departure.
So that of course is one way to look at it. But Dr. Singh, there has been evidence of a lot of work in Kashmir, that side of the Pir Panjal. Yet you haven't sort of opened your account there. No seats, so to speak. Does this rankle, and why is it that you haven't been able to win over the people of the valley?
No, that's precisely what I was trying to say when I had to cut short. Actually, see, it's all has to be seen in the perspective. If you compare it with what it was, it was BJP flag was a taboo in Kashmir Valley. Today we have a whole voter turnout in favor of BJP. So, and this is precisely the story that happened in Northeast. Before 2014, there was so much misgivings about Northeast. कि बीजेपी आएगी, हमारा खान पान बंद करा देंगे, हमारी पूजा में दखल देंगे, ये है देखो. This is all because this kind of a false propaganda was sought to be spread in a section of society to keep away BJP. Now that they have realized that this is a party which ensures justice to the last man in the last queue, and therefore there's a change of heart towards BJP as well. And I'm sure, I agree with you, there's always a room to work harder, and we would always move in that direction. But we have started making a headway. I think that's something which is quite encouraging.
Zaka here, 10 years ago in 2014, when the last assembly election happened, obviously the PDP won 28 seats, the BJP won 26, PDP won all of its seats in the Kashmir Valley, BJP won all of its seats in Jammu. And now 10 years on, after 370 has gone and after all the politics of the place has changed, one Kashmir party has replaced another. Today the NC has won a bulk of its seats in the Kashmir Valley. the BJP still retains a bulk of its seats in Jammu. It's almost like it's two different states and they're voting in two different ways. When will this schism be bridged between Jammu and Kashmir?
I think gradually that, of course, statistically what you're saying is right, but gradually the change is happening. And if you see from the point of view that these Kashmir-centric political parties and the Congress sought to make 370 an issue, which did not happen. For the first time, we had an election where there was no separatist slogan. Otherwise, what was the scenario earlier? There would be a hartal call from Islamabad, Pakistan, a boycott call from some of the separatist groups, and the shutters would be shut down in Lal Chowk, and you would have a voter turnout of 8 to 10%. Nothing of that sort has happened, which means that the common man across the Jammu and Kashmir, including in the lanes and streets of Kashmir Valley and Srinagar, is quite happy with the abrogation of Article 370. Particularly in the last 10 years, the youth of Kashmir is very aspirational. When he sees all these umpteen number of opportunities, avenues being unleashed by Prime Minister Modi across the country, he does not wish to miss the bus. And they've already seen 3 generations being sacrificed at the altar of this so-called freedom, etc., etc. So the youth is now undergoing a change of mindset. So I think that's a healthy sign.
We've been having a conversation within our studios, and I think Mr. Mattu also has raised that point. Of course, he's here with us in our studios, Amitabh Mattu that is. And Dr. Saab, the conversation always veers around to the fact that the BJP was hoping that the vote in Kashmir, in the valley, would split because new political entrepreneurs had entered the space. Some of them, like Rashid, the engineer, etc., created a bit of a splash in the Lok Sabha elections, but then found themselves out of favor in this round. Altaf Bukhari, Mr. Lone, several other individual independent candidates from the Jamaat-e-Islami, etc., none of them seem to really have captured the mind space. Why do you think that is? And was the BJP sort of in some ways banking on them? Maybe you could have just entered the fray yourself directly. Maybe that would have helped.
No, what I would say in response to that is that BJP was never in a manipulative or a conniving mode. We went to election in a very fair manner. I think this kind of perception has been got created because of the number of independent candidates being more than what is usually expected. But those who know Jammu and Kashmir would bear me out that there has always been a trend of having a very large number of independent candidates in any Jammu and Kashmir election. Now, this is only 346. In this election, we had only 346 independent candidates, which is nothing in comparison to 468, which we had in 2008. So in 2008, we had as many as 468 independent candidates in the Jammu Kashmir Assembly election. Again, in 2014, we had 274. So there's always been a trend of large number of independent candidates trying to seeking to try their fortune. So it's not that all of them are planted by BJP or then sought to be manipulated by BJP. I think it's like that. So we should look at it in that perspective.
Dr. Jitendra Singh,
BJP went to the people on the basis of the development, the development work and the record of the last 10 years and sought another chance or opportunity to serve the people, and people have bestowed that trust.
Your thoughts on the Congress party in Jammu and Kashmir? Umar Abdullah was also a little upset that Congress Jammu mein zyada shirkat nahi kar rahi thi. That's one question. The other part is now it's going to be a NC-led government in the Umar Abdullah could be the chief minister. How is that going to work? So two-part question.
I'm glad you asked that. Yeah, I'm glad you asked that. And on a day when we are seeing a Congress Mukt Haryana, so you can, other words, you can say that Jammu Kashmir has also joined that Congress Mukt movement, which is sweeping the entire country today. And this is precisely, I mean, this is also has a bearing on what I was saying a few moments earlier. It was the Congress party which was responsible of spreading all kinds of falsehood, myths and misgivings about BJP. And now, as people have started realizing that, today also, I think of all the seats that they were contesting, there are hardly 5 or 6 where they seem to be winning. So, virtually, people have rejected the politics of dynasty, the politics of entitlement, the politics of corruption, politics of scam, which was sought to be perpetuated by the Congress party. So, I think, and none less than their own ally, as you rightly said, National Conference and its leader Umar Abdullah have also pointed out to that.
But they voted for National Conference, and National Conference is going to form the government. Omar Abdullah is the next Chief Minister. Amitabh Mattuji also has a question. Yes, yes.
Dr. Saab, this is Amitabh Mattu. Good evening. How are you?
Good evening, Professor Mattu. Nice seeing you at least on screen because we haven't met for quite some time.
Dr. Saab,